dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Need you again, so stick around. So stick around.
Let me play my cool intro. Y'all ain't ready for this. The disrespect is real.
I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch.
No, it's okay. You guys are all welcome to trash Queen in the chat. We'll hold a whole panel on Queen.
I am honest to a point, but a lot of the things I talk about aren't true.
Wait, somebody not telling the truth on YouTube? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me. The road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws, you're big pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
Me and my friends, we're gonna find you and we're gonna rip you apart like a wasteland.
Snakes don't get a fucking safe space. If she wants to keep it going, then we'll keep going. If she wants to stop the bullshit, then we'll stop the bullshit. But I'm not gonna fucking sit here and let anybody lie on my motherfucking name.
Bring your ass. The fucking link is in the chat. That should be.
Oh, loose booty, wet panty looking ass boy. Replay that, Queen. Her name is Queen. It ain't really so much Queen. Queen B. Queen B. Queen B. Okay, there. Queen B. Queen B's money. Queen B ain't got no money. Queen B.
She always fucks some shit up. I don't know why PJ doesn't get his ass on a motherfucking leash and get his ass under control. Fuck.
Better than never. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control, by fight or flight.
And I haven't brought it public, you know why? Because someone that I was fucking close to is in the middle of a goddamn lawsuit. How do I get my hands on your soap? Because I need something to clean these titty broads. My dove is just not doing it.
Bring your asses. As simple as that. Come in. I mean, bring it. Bring your asses. Hey, don't get Queen B and her 550, 600 servants. Bring their asses out.
You might have started it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Absolutely. Or go to somebody else's panel. Let me just say Queen B's panel. I'm telling you, we all need to go up on Queen B's panel because that seems where everybody's going. I guess Queen B is like the god of YouTube.
Queen B Escobar, bro.
She's in China just making drugs.
You know, I run the cartel on the YouTubes. I run the cartel here. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what boss bitches do.
Exactly. Beefing with the Queen Bee because I heard the stinger sucks.
This lady Queen Bee with the lip ring is innocent. You two weirdos are being weird. No, I know who this is. You're the lady that was on Molly Go Lightly.
No. You have no doubt QB could hold her own with any female on YouTube. Let me tell you something we all learned a long time ago.
I would fuck her up and drag her from here to China. Let's meet one-on-one.
Writing checks their mouth can't cash. Bitch, I didn't write a check my mouth can't cash. I cash all them motherfucking checks.
And I cannot for the life of me understand why people put her on a pedestal. And these allegedly smart people put her on this pedestal like she's something important.
We got to tell you about yourself. It's your fucking old lying ass over there. Is her fucking name obnoxiously relevant?
Because she I know, she changed it.
She meant to say obnoxious and irrelevant. That's what she meant to say.
And coincidentally, it sounds exactly like Queen Bee's voice because, as I've always thought, Queen Bee is using some sort of slight distortion on her voice when she broadcasts.
Exposed!
Queen Bee exposed! Oh my god, bitch. Did they get that Dugan?
Said they get that Dugan. That shit chronicles of the shady. You better fucking shut your mouth with that. Bro, stop.
Wow. What in the hell? Someone told Queen Bee that you said it was her hacking your email. What the hell is wrong with people?
Take your ass to bed. It's fucking past your bedtime. Go on now.
Right? Why you gotta be crying?
I'm fucking killing the vibe, bitch. Take your ass to bed. Boston, no, I'm not capping at all. I'm telling the whole truth.
Good, babe.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna skedaddle. You know me, skedaddling away. See you
All right.
Pumpkin. I love you too.
I despise you, Boston.
Whatever.
Good morning, beautiful.
Happy day.
Happy day, baby. We got triggered today. Gotta trigger these motherfuckers every day.
Baby Jesus showed us that, you guys. I swear to God.
I know that's right, because you just put right on that shit.
Yes, I did. Baby Jesus was like, look here.
Yeah, fuck the pause. Pause for the cause. Fuck that pause.
I'm just trying to be a better person. I know it.
Let's see here. God damn it, Duke. You hear him?
Yes, the dog is.
Damn it, Duke.
Girl, this tea is piping.
It's living. Motherfucker's hot.
That just burnt the roof of my mouth.
Where's Candy Sue? Where's she at? You heard that like I heard that one. Fire in the hole. Smoke him if you got him.
You're like the kind of person that would probably be in the back of the class.
Fuck you, B-Tim.
Ellie's a thug.
Right.
You don't
We're all thugs around here. Shambles. Thank you for supporting the hot biddies. Y'all wasn't ready for that, was you?
Wait, I wasn't, bitch. I was not. I wasn't even close to ready for that shit. All right, I love you, baby girl. I'm gonna jump off.
I love you too, baby doll. Good morning, good morning. My goodness. Holy hell. It's Wild Out Wednesday. What the hell, y'all? Let me tell you what. Listen. You guys, we are going to need to jump right on in and be investigators here, because the money-making circus has just... Oh, we got to change our background here to the circus. Has just gotten more interesting, y'all. So, what is going on here? We need to get this figured out. We need to get to the bottom of this. In those leaked messages, everybody knows the leaked messages, right? The ones that have been leaked out. There's a Renee in there. Renee Brewer, allegedly, is supposedly their Seth's PI. The one that he's been hiding, that he doesn't want to tell anybody about, that he doesn't want to talk about. And you know what I mean? He doesn't want it talked about. He doesn't want anybody knowing about it. You guys remember those? If not, let me refresh your memory here. Let me pull it out real quick for you. Just real quick. Real quick. Hold, please. Hold, please. Miss Sherry, thank you so much for sending $10 for Duke's Treats. Good Lord. B. Tim's going to be mad at you. He's going to say something crazy about Duke. We don't know what, but he's going to say something crazy. So there was, let's see. There was a little droppy drop of a clippy clip. And let's see here. Let me go grab this message for you guys. And it says allegedly Seth's PI. So let's see here. Let me get back up here to this. And it says, it's actually got a phone number too, I believe. I believe it's the ones with the phone numbers. So if it is, I'll try to redact it before I pop it up here. So there's one that says on here, Renee, possibly a PI, possibly Seth's PI. And I'm like, Renee? Renee who? And it says Renee Brewer. And I'm like, who the fuck is a Renee Brewer? I've never even heard of this person before. Who is this? So we start to look in, and I'm like, hold on. So they said possibly a PI that's got like a lot of interesting stuff going on. And it's a PI that's involved with Heather. Now, I don't know if you guys recall Heather. Heather was one of the first PIs that came on scene on Web Sleuths. Her and Chloe were Seth's PIs. If you guys recall, let's see here. So, if y'all recall, Web Sleuths did a live stream with Seth and Chris, Heather, Chloe. So, let's see. I'm going to go pull this interview. So I'm looking for this interview here with that Web Sleuths did with Seth Rogers. And let's see here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So Web Sleuths did a live approximately 9 months ago. Yeah, 9 months ago. So this is Chloe right here at the bottom. And it says, our guest is Chloe, PI for Sebastian Rogers. Tip lines call 1-800-TBI-FIND or Sumner County office.
Hey everyone, welcome to Web Sleuths YouTube Live. And normally we do Woo Woo Saturday night, which is ghost stories and such. But tonight, that is on hold because tonight we have a very, very special guest with us tonight. Our guest is Chloe. She is the private investigator for Sebastian Rogers. Chloe and Heather, you've probably seen Heather on the news, and Chloe. Heather is taking the night off. She has well-deserved rest time coming. And poor Chloe, we are not letting her take the night off. We hogtied her and forced her to be here. So
no.
Chloe, thank you so much for joining us tonight because we have so many.
Now she says Heather's taking the night off. However, Heather ends up on this call. She ends up on here due to a blowout that happens.
It's a question. I'll actually read you the message I sent you.
Out there, trust me, because I have.
Okay, I cannot say.
Okay, so obviously Chris is on here with them, and he is not happy at all with either one of them, with Heather or Chloe. So you can tell, again, they were working with Seth at first, and I feel like that was a lot of the issues and a lot of the problems. However, Heather is involved in this conversation. Now, I think this is where Heather comes into play.
Did message me and ask for a number so he could say hello.
And this Heather is the other private investigator.
Okay. Heather is the other private investigator. Now, y'all remember when this happened, when this went down? And they said Heather was the other private investigator. It was Heather and Chloe that were working the case. You guys remember that? She said that somebody reached out to her, who reached out to somebody else, who reached out to somebody else. And then she got with Seth somehow. And her friend gave her Sean's number, and she called Seth, and then Seth called her back and hired her, allegedly. Something along those lines. Not word for word, but something along those lines. Heather Cohen. Yes. You guys remember this, right? Okay. Everybody remember? You guys recall? Okay. So y'all know what I'm talking about then. Y'all know Heather. Okay.
Yeah, I know who Heather is.
Okay. Heather, would you like to say anything?
Well, so I spoke with them earlier today, and obviously, as you know, Mr. Proudfoot did message me and ask for a number so he could come in. And I think that it is past due. I think that it's a good thing for Mr. Proudfoot to address some of the allegations that are being made. I would like to have the opportunity, like I said to him earlier today, it's good for us, Chloe and I, to have access to them, to be able to, when we get this information, instead of having to go around them to other sources to try to get the answers to those questions, to actually be able to come to him for those answers and try to clear them up directly. So I'm glad he's here. I really am. Even though he's
I am too. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled.
I'm glad he's here, and I've spoken to him before, and he's been very upset with me before. But once he calms down, I think maybe we can get somewhere. Maybe we can get somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so let's address something real quick with your viewers who say I'm drunk and belligerent. No, I'm just a pissed off dad. So let's get that real clear.
Hey, everybody, mods.
So if you want to keep your comments and that's how your audience wants to play this game,
no.
Then no, I'm not going to clear up anything or turn the chat off. If you want to clear this up, let's get it right. And let's take all the stupid people out of this equation and answer the deals.
Okay, Chris, hang on. Mods, if anybody says anything rude about any of our guests, I want you to ban them. Kick them out. Okay?
It's like this. If you ain't got nothing factual about me to say, keep your mouth shut.
Well, okay, but Chris, they don't know if it's factual.
Exactly. Okay. So that's the best recommendation I can give them.
Well, but they want to ask questions, and let me tell you why.
Questions are one thing, not a statement where I'm belligerent and I'm drunk, because guess what, folks? I could read the comments that you post.
I know. And I'm telling everybody, if anybody says anything.
So he's obviously upset, rightfully so. I mean, when you're dealing with that and you have a chat full of, 3,500 people coming at you, he's new to YouTube. He's dealing with his wife's ex-husband and the bullshit that he's spewing and the shit that's going on. This gets explosive. Long story short, I, in my opinion, don't believe that Heather or Chloe helped at this point. I just don't believe that either of them were helping to diffuse the situation or helping to clear it up or navigate through this.
Rude. They're booted from chat. Mods, if you could boot them. Stacy, could you get Ping over here to help us? Anybody?
And the other part of this is if it's nothing in regards to Sebastian, I really don't give a shit, people.
No, and I agree, Chris. And I mean, I don't know if you heard I didn't want to discuss.
Oh, I asked a lot of questions and she wouldn't discuss it. Absolutely.
I think it's semantics at this point. He's been missing for 2 months, and I don't know how his bathroom habits are going to help me find him.
Exactly. Mind you that children with autism do have bladder and bowel movement issues to control themselves, but absolutely. I'm not really worried that people can't read and do their own.
Well, but Chris, let me tell you.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and care about that either.
Let me tell you why that was brought up. Okay, it's because of what Seth said. Seth said at his house he didn't need it.
Yes, you are correct. No, you are correct. You just hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit the nail on the head. Seth has opened his mouth. He has said a lot of things he probably shouldn't. And he needs to learn how to close it, because quite honestly, none of that has anything to do with finding Sebastian.
Right. And you know what? But Chris, let's
how true that is. How true that is. Seth said a whole lot of shit about his own son that he never needed to say, that never needed to come out, that people on fucking YouTube did not need to know, and it did not pertain to them finding Sebastian, nor did it help. All it did was put more shit out there about his son that's private, that should have never been out there. Period. I still feel the same then that I feel now. Matter of fact, it pisses me off even more now than it did before. So, with that being said, we all know who Heather Cohen is, right? She was working with Chloe. You guys just heard her talking. That's Heather. So, Heather, mind you, was a PI that was allegedly called, that I think, in my opinion, she inserted herself. She got the phone number. She said one of her friends called, but they gave her the phone number, and ultimately she admits to calling herself and talking to Seth. And then Seth decided to hire her from that point on, I'm guessing. I'm not sure what contracts were signed or NDAs or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure that any were signed. I really have no idea. To be fair, though, there was a huge blowout between all of these guys, which resulted in Heather and Chloe being fired. And I believe Chloe was one that got the cease and desist sent to her by Seth. Now, I don't think Heather ever got a C&D. However, I do know she was no longer working this case. So we find out that a woman by the name of Renee is allegedly Sean's PI. They don't want to put it out there. Nobody wants to talk about it. And that's fine. You know what I mean? That's okay. I still feel like it's bullshit that, SF, who is Chris and Katie's PI, gets fucking shit talked, called unscrupulous PI day after day after day. He's ran into the mud day after day after day. Allegations are made all the time. He's defamed daily. Talked shit about daily. Yet Sean's PI doesn't get spoke about at all. Her business is not affected like SF's business has been affected. People are not making threats to take her down. People are not making threats to sabotage them via video clips, Julia. That I'm aware of. I don't think anybody even knew who Renee was to send her any threats or accuse her of anything or say she has HIV allegedly, like Hong said about SF, which was all a fucking lie and defamation at its best. Just like no one was following Seth or his parents. No one was riding by their house, posting pictures, jumping out of the car, posting flyers, jumping out of the car on his mom and dad, screaming shit out of him outside the car, following them from the grocery store, calling their cell phones and telling them they hope they burn in hell and die in hellfire. None of this. Guess who it's happening to, though? Chris and Katie and Chris's parents. It's kind of fucking weird to me. Anyhow, we'll get back on that. We'll get back to that. As of right now, let's get back to Heather. So, back to Heather and Chloe allegedly are fired at this point, and Chloe gets sent a C&D. Mainly, I think that's because of the situation with Trevor Lee, and I think it's because, in my opinion, Seth was very, very jealous and was told things that were not true. Which, if you guys recall, he pulled a stunt on Smiley's channel when he went to Smiley's. Let's see here. He went on Smiley's panel and he did his alleged mic drop bullshit where he started screaming about Trevor Lee and saying how that's his boy, his son, his child, you're not going to talk about my son. Let me go see here. Let's go see. And we might even have to use the clip channel to go grab it, because I'm sure she's probably deleted the shit. Well, you know, she knows how bad it made Seth look too, so I'm sure it's not kept on here. I'm almost positive it's probably gone now. But I believe there's another channel that's got it, so all right, here it is, right here. So, this is when Seth actually fires Chloe and comes on Smiley's World on YouTube to report it. And then he acts like he's... he pretends that he's talking to Smiley behind, like, backstage. He knows damn well he's not talking to Smiley backstage. Because if he was talking to Smiley backstage, they wouldn't be on the fucking live stream. He has a StreamYard of his own. He knows how to work it. Cut the bullshit. But let's listen to this garbage ass bullshit here he pulls. And we'll see why he says he fires Heather and Chloe. Mainly Chloe, but.
Hi, Seth.
See? Right here in front of Beach High School. In front of my son's high school. Of course, it's me. Trevor Lee, you slimy little slime ball.
Ho, 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 ho.
So he starts off with, yeah, I'm in front of the school. I'm in front of my son's school. This is about Trevor Lee. You slimy little slime ball. Right there tells everybody that he knew he was on a fucking live stream, because if it was just him and Smiley, he would not be directly speaking to Trevor Lee. So, cut the shit, Seth. You knew damn the fuck well you were on a live stream with this. You knew damn the fuck well what you was doing. But let's watch you lie and pretend like you don't realize you're on a live stream.
Oh, Seth, what's going on?
Chloe, I asked her to step back because she was leaking stuff. I know you don't got me in the show yet, but she was leaking information.
You are in the show.
Oh, I am in the show. My bad.
You are in the show. You are in the show. Hold on.
I figured I still.
So here he goes with his bullshit. It's immediately funny as hell, huh? Ha 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 ha. He's so fucking full of shit. So full of shit. Anyhow, come tell us why you're mad at Chloe, who is on her fucking feet searching day after day after day for your son, who you sent a cease and desist to. Tell us all about it.
Backstage talking to you, Smiley.
No, you're in the show.
Oh, and watch how cool he is. Oh, he's so fucking cool. He even hits his cigarette like he's cool. Check him out. He's fucking real cool.
You're in the show. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Pretty much.
No, that was not a mic drop at all. That was a Seth temper tantrum. That's what that was. That's all that was. And he knew for a fucking fact that she was on a goddamn live. So, again, cut your shit.
Yeah, Chloe gave the audio file to Trevor Lee, knowing full well that I would take the blame because I'm the person that does that.
So, Chloe leaked a audio file or video file, whatever it was, to Trevor Lee. But you're going to take the blame for it because you're the guy that does that. Right? Let's get some ass pats. Sean's the guy that does it. He does it all. So basically, you were going to take the blame for this shit being leaked. Is that what you're saying? And my other question is, why, if Chloe's your PI and Heather's your PI, why would they be leaking it? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Why? Why are they leaking any information? They shouldn't have to be leaking shit.
And then I did my own investigation to find out where it was. He sat there and leaked it off the podcasters and everything else, and then wants to get all uppity because I won't let. Hi, Smiley. I won't let my PR person sit there and defend Chloe. Who the hell?
Wait, what? Hold on.
And then I did my own investigation to find out where it was. He sat there and leaked it off the podcasters and everything else, and then wants to get all uppity because I.
Wait. Leaked it off to podcasters. You did the same shit. You did the same bullshit. Josh called you out. Josh called you out while you were on panel with him, and he said, you gave me stuff to leak out. You told me not to leak it after a certain date.
I won't let. Hi, Smiley. I won't let.
Oh, there's the shit troublemaker, in my opinion. There it is.
Let my PR person sit there and defend Chloe. Who the hell does Trevor think he is to sit there and tell somebody that's working for me to do something? Smiley.
What? What the fuck?
Smiley, I'm sorry, hon. I don't know who you are, and I don't know whose profile that is, but it's not mine. I've been with Seth all day.
I didn't say you were coming on my channel.
Somebody was out there saying that we were coming on the panel. That Tony said that we were coming on. We've been out here riding around all day.
Oh.
Checking out places for searching and everything else.
Oh, okay. So I got like almost 1,700 people in here.
Mic drop. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I want you to know that I love Trevor and
hey, I tell you what, I'm sorry. I thought he was a great person too. But after I saw, I got so many snakes that were in my group, I'm still cutting heads off. And it came as a shock to me. It came as an absolute shock that this man, I can't even call him a man, that this individual would sit there.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
And lie to my face and then sit there and put out lies to begin with. And now he want to go out there whenever I'm in a podcast or whatnot, and nothing about Sebastian. No, nothing about my son. All about Chloe and her little clique. When I asked her to step back, she took almost all the searchers with them. And now people are like, oh, it was like a slap to my face. They don't know why I asked her to step back. But I asked her to step back because she's a private investigator trying to be a SAR person. You need to get out of the field and get back to doing private investigation, which she wasn't doing. She wanted to vet everybody. Like everybody. Like, I want to know, what size foot they were when they were born. And it's like, I will accept help from anybody to find my son. And people are taking my good-hearted nature and just trampling all over it. And it's going to bring out the negative part of me that don't give a flying. Smile around and find out.
You're pushing away everybody that's trying to help you.
Trevor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that him himself? You know where I'm at, Trevor. Why don't you just go ahead and step out of Chloe's house and come on over, boy? And I'll show you what a man does.
Oh, you're really helping find Sebastian doing this.
Hey, why you sitting there changing your face? Hey, what? Can't spend the time looking for Summer no more, right? You want to say where I'm at? You see where I'm at. You don't know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you on this panel right now?
Why don't you go into
Don't you ever, and I will let this be publicly known. You, Chloe, your whole team does not have my blessing to use my name or my son's name to ask people to search on their property. Like you have a contract with me. Trevor, you need to go home, boy. This is out of your league.
Is it? Because if I recall, I'm the one that's
Yeah, is it? Because if I recall, I didn't ask you to respond. I told you to get off the panel, boy. This is my son, not yours. My son, not yours. My son. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I named him. I named him Sebastian. I named him Drake. I named him Wayne. I named him Rogers. That's my last name. Take your Trevor Lee ass and fuck off, dude. You want to literally? This is my goddamn son.
Seth. Oh my God.
Sorry, I had to go get Duke. Fucker. So anyways, you guys get it. Pretty much you get the gist here. So he fires Chloe, sends a cease and desist to Chloe, fires Heather, allegedly fires both of them. And then it comes out that he hired allegedly hired a woman by the name Renee. Well, come to find out, Renee works with Heather. Yeah, Moon Magic, and there is the real Seth, the one that Katie put up with 4 years. 4 years. It's fucking ridiculous. Let me play my cool intro. Y'all ain't ready. We got to play music in the background real quick so I can get this up. Let me see. I don't know if I even dropped the link. So, come to find out, we found out who Renee was. We were sent a screenshot of this, which is called Still Watch Investigations. So obviously there's one in Hendersonville. Conveniently, there's one in Hendersonville, Jackson, Nashville, Burton Hills, and Nashville, Green Hills. So there's 4 locations. One of them being in Hendersonville. How convenient, huh? And guess who else works for this company? Heather Cohen. Seems pretty odd, huh? So, hold on. So you fire Chloe or you fire Heather and Chloe, send a cease and desist to Chloe, but then you allegedly hire Renee, who works with Heather, very close with Heather, and they also have YouTube, and they have a show. Here, so it says Secrets, Lies, and Private Eyes on Discovery Plus, and you can tell this is Heather right here. So tell me you don't see Heather in this. So you see Heather. Yeah, so this company is allegedly has 14 PIs, okay? And supposedly Renee is one of them. So they're saying when the police can't help you, they can. So all in all, we have another another actor or actress. I mean, what the fuck is really going on right now? Listen, out of all those titles, I didn't see missing child in one of them. Said fraud, theft, all this other shit. I didn't see a missing child in none of that. So I don't know. This kind of seems a little sketch to me. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link, B Tim. B-Tim, the link's in your inbox. I'm switching over to my phone. Hold on a minute. You up here, Beat Tim? It wouldn't let me log into StreamYard on my phone. You
Oh
up
yeah,
here?
I'm here.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me get in. I tried to log in on Chrome and it wouldn't let me, so I had to go through to Safari. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So what's up?
Oh, not shit. We're talking about Heather Cohen and the possible new PI, Renee, that works with her. And they have a
Oh,
show on ID Discovery. They own I don't know if they own it, but Still Water Investigations or something along those lines. I just had it pulled up.
yeah, man. It seems like a lot of actors.
Yeah, a whole
Just
lot of bullshit ass fucking actors.
yeah, and it just seems like this whole thing was not taken seriously, and every single person that was involved simply did this so that they can get clout and to sell products and stuff like that. I mean, it's a sad situation that all these people have just saw money signs, and that's pretty much it.
Well, it's like why hide her name for what? What are they hiding her for?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, it just seems like every
Well, it's
single one.
okay for them to harass the fuck out of Chris and Katie, though. It's okay for them to harass the fuck out of SF Investigates, right? Because that's their PI, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the situation where these people just seem to be too busy trolling and making up ridiculous groups than to actually be serious about an actual search. You know, a lot of them are just too busy just playing games and larping. And unfortunately, you're seeing this now. You got Dog who joined in simply to launch, and then the day he joins, he starts a clothing line and a podcast called Dogcast. You got this lady, you got these other people that want to start YouTube channels and acting, go into acting, and most of these people are just failed actors, and they're just seeing this as a way to relaunch their career, to make views and to watch things. And it's very sad that's basically been the whole motive. Even their own father. I mean, I've heard rumors. I'm not sure. Some people say it was before. Some people say it was after. That the tags, the wrap around the car, was done after Sebastian went missing. Some people say it's before. I don't know. But when he was asked about whether he was going to have to remove his tags or not to replace it with Sebastian, he said, "No, I can't do that. It would cost me $2,500." Well, sir, you were given tons of money. Why couldn't you just break the contract and have it tagged with Sebastian if you cared so much? Instead of some no-name lawyer. You know what I mean? Like, and then he gets, he's getting compensated for that. He puts his GoFundMe in his sister's name. It's alleged that he stopped searching because of worried about missing compensation. If they would have said for him, because he's like on disability or something like that, or short-term disability, and it just seems like every single one of these people, and then he hires these people who are all actors and larpers, and all they've done is really made a very toxic environment in which legitimate channels don't want to get near it, and only illegitimate channels want to get near it. I mean, you got Lore Lounge, who is literally talking about fucking giants in Afghanistan 2 days ago, and how soldiers were fighting them. I mean, and then he's gonna act like I'm a documentarian. Well, okay, sir. I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation, and I don't know what type of shenanigans these people are getting around to, but I think in this whole thing, the only goal of this group of people is how much money they want to make from it. And they want to point their fingers at the channels that have talked about them, saying, look at these people. They're making money from making views and money from talking about this. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about the insanity, people want to talk about it. People want to hear about the insanity of what is going on. So, and it's really sad. So, I thought an investigation had been opened up a few months ago, but we have known this from the beginning. Yeah, true. He's not looking to him because he knows where he put. I don't know if he knows that. You know what I mean? Just like I don't like accusing Chris and Katie of a crime. I'm the same way with Seth. I think it doesn't make him look good. I think these are not good narratives that you do, and it actually makes you look terrible, in my opinion. Well, not my. It is my opinion that it makes you look terrible. It makes him look terrible. Yeah, that's true. That was stated by Texas Blue Bonnet. That was absolutely stated by him. Um, and I don't know if he did that just so he could look good for the camera or something like that, or look more important. But that doesn't make him look good. And that whole situation on Smiley, he was more interested in creating a shit show, and you know him. The disrespect he showed to Trevor Lee was very telling. He's like more possessive of Sebastian, and it's just it's very odd. Oh, it's because I'm using my cell phone actually, so I'm a little bit farther away than my normal phone, so my thing, but whatever. BJ wanted to rename her channel away from Green Team. Well, that's because she's realizing that the money train is coming to an end. Let's just say that much. I just have a sore throat. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the situation. All right. I agree with the money situation, but I think it's still deeper. Let me see. Let me see. But none of what he has been doing looks remotely close to being the father of the missing. You know what? I mean, you could say that, but I think the issue is that I've never seen a situation like Seth. I can agree with you with that. Wonder where Seth will be when he appears in Nancy Grace tomorrow. Yeah, you know what's sad? That, he's going on Nancy Grace and he's going to probably say some stupid shit. And no one's going to push back on that television show, about him. And that's the sad thing. A lot of these networks, they create the flames, they create the situation, but none of them actually care about the actually checking the backgrounds and stuff like that. So it's kind of sad. It seems like the truth doesn't really matter to all these news stations. Though I understand Granny doesn't really want people to basically go on the news and talk about the whole injunction stuff, because she feels as though this is, this is a very, very. She lives in Delco County, in that area. She feels as though the news is kind of, she doesn't want that to be kind of out there right now, because I can understand, being accused of a crime and falsely accused of that through an injunction, because that's what they're doing in their injunction. And then having the news say something is not something you'd want to be involved in. Let me see. Seth hired the same people to target Katie that went after Summer's parents. That was yeah, I don't get it. I think he's more out for vengeance than actually looking for his kid at times. Because most of his effort is to just get Chris to get mad, or go after Katie, or to basically troll people. So that's just my opinion on that one. Seth hired people who harassed, tormented, and stole the voices of Bill Cosby's victims. Yeah. Well, Nancy Grace will unfortunately not. She's just not going to. They're not going to do that because it just ends their little money train. You know, they just really want him to be on there for like a couple of seconds, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to fill a spot and to make advertising money, and then just skedaddle away and leave the wreckage. Tony and that Bebster guided Sean right into the money-making shit show. But you know what the sad thing is? The sad thing is that he's throwing away this whole situation like an actual an actual investigation, actually getting professionals for pennies on the dollar. That's the sad thing. I don't think Nancy Grace is going to hammer him with questions. I think it's going to be mostly going after Katie, to be honest with you. Just a sore throat. Let me see. He'll have to cam. Let me see. Cam up the entire. Let me see what you're saying. Cam up for Nancy Grace. I wonder where he'll be. My guess is that he's going to be at Tony's house. Though there's some people that say he's in the area. He hasn't moved, so we'll see. Seth wasn't due an interview, but that he hasn't vetted the questions. Yeah, and I think like the sad thing is a lot of I don't know, man. I think it's mostly for profit. He does this shit for. I don't know. I think Nancy Grace sometimes does that. For instance, a pretty famous Nancy Grace interview was interviewing the father. I think it was an African American gentleman, and he basically allegedly, she's interviewing him, and she does it as the cops are raiding his basement to find his son that he's hiding, and that he claimed to ran away. So that's kind of she does set you up. She could set you up for that. Terry Lynn said he had an interest with Seth, where he flirted with her and said every hole is a go. And when asked what that meant, I can't even type out. Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Seth Rogers is a skis ball. That would be the appropriate term. He turns everything into a dirty joke. It's nasty, and it's inappropriate in many, many levels. And he thinks he has a carte blanche to do this to women around him because his son's missing. But no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to maintain a professional situation. Let me see. Extremely inappropriate during searches for his child. Yeah, it is extremely inappropriate. How this case, let me see, how this case has definitely had a lot of twists and turns. Absolutely. Imagine being married to him, Tim. That behavior didn't just start. Yeah, it's very weird behavior. And he's very ungrateful. He's ungrateful for a lot of people that have helped him for free, like Trevor Lee, basically. And he's very ungrateful to a lot of people that have helped him. He acts like it's just like, well, you got to do it, whatever. Well, no, people don't have to do it. They could easily have done something else. You should be grateful about any help that you get. And the disrespect he's shown to a lot of people is crazy. And now he's actively in groups. He's got multiple alts probably. And he's just actively just trying to cause the bigger shit show because he thinks that's going to do anything. So it is what it is. I don't give two shits where Sean is, but I care very much that the LE investigating his son's disappearance doesn't know where he is. It matters. Well, it does matter because in the end of the day, it's also bad optics. You have a situation where an individual is dodging service for, in my opinion, a case that you could probably just walk in pro se and deal with, or hire an attorney, and it would probably be dismissed. Probably it's based. I don't think, personally, it's a small claims court case. It can be dealt with very quickly, and he's dodging service like it's like a Supreme Court case that's going to cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not the case. And he's doing this, and it's bad optics. It makes him look fucking bad to a group of people. And at the end of the day, it's like you're still named suspect, and the sheriffs are trying to serve you, and you're ducking, dodging service. That's bad. Bad optics. Most missing kids' families would kill to have this much. Yeah, they would. There's some cases that talk about missing kids that have less than 300 views on it. Total. I'm not talking about live viewers. 300 views. And yeah, they would kill for it, this detention. And they wouldn't throw it away. CG Crime. Is Seth autistic too, or on the spectrum? He's always inappropriate during times. I don't know. I don't diagnose. I can't diagnose what Seth is. I don't know. I think he's very immature. He's quick to anger, and he's thinks he's smarter than what he is. That's pretty much what I picked up. And that's pretty much it. Jeannie's Mixed Media Journals, 100%. Thank you. I keep hoping that one of these crazy twists will lead to Sebastian. You know what? I don't know, man. It's starting to look grim after a year. You're waiting a year and you still don't have any information. It's pretty grim. But, you know what I mean? But these things take time. Look at Michael Vaughn's case, They have suspects, but, they haven't arrested them yet. And it's been almost, close to 4 years, 12, almost 1,300 days or something like that. Crazy amounts of time. So investigations generally are slow. They're not right away. Leilani Simon was an exception to the rule because she was an idiot. She, wasn't a criminal mastermind, let's just say. No offense to BJ, just saying how it is. She was not a criminal mastermind, luckily. The idiots on BJ's panel keep claiming that lots of media had to have contacted the prophets for an interview in the beginning. I doubt it's unusually Ellie that reaches out to media when it's time. Usually I recommend parents, you can go on the main platforms, but it seems like Chris and Katie don't want to just play the pointing game. I'm sure if they wanted to play as dirty as Seth, I'm sure they would be on all the media channels too. But they mostly focus on just keeping attention on Sebastian and not shitting on Seth, and which they could have. Honestly, I think Katie probably could easily blow up the entire internet if she started talking about the real Seth Rogers. But she doesn't do that because that doesn't help. They're looking for her son. You have one parent who's painted as a monster by the internet. Katie, who has done, paid out of her pocket for a private eye, who has done what the police have told her to do, and who has done everything what you're supposed to do, but painted as a villain. And you have another parent that does everything that police tell you don't do, painted as a hero. It's really a sad situation, and I think the police need to realize that they need to consider social media to how they deal with this stuff and advise parents on that. Or at least the social media should educate themselves so that it doesn't happen again. He has been a great actor to pretend. The mannerisms give off a serious social problem. He doesn't know how to act. Yeah, I don't know. What his medical diagnosis is, Seth. I wouldn't know that. Dodging implies specific movements to avoid. I call neglect as being missing child and doesn't seem to have left information to find him. But that's my opinion. Okay. Yeah, it's like a massive coast of cognitive dissonance happening. Well, it's just like, unfortunately, people antiquate you being innocent by you going and doing searches, when going against the police, what they're telling you, and making a show of it. And apparently that works. You know what I mean? It fooled a lot of true crime channels to make it seem like Seth is this big guy looking for his kid. Well, meanwhile, he's just creating a show. You know, I think this leak could be a setup or a distraction. The one with Nick's stuff for sure looks to be giving them validity, more stage. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people that I've talked to said that it's a nothing burger. Some people believe it's a nothing burger. That's like really doesn't. It's not a big deal. Some people believe that is set up. Me personally, I just think it's someone that got into the group, took a few snapshots, and just collected them over time. I don't know who it is. Do I care who it is? Not really. I mean, I would like to know, but it's not like it's my consuming thought. So. Integrate social media in their new reality. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, unfortunately, because Chris and Katie followed the instructions of the police, they're painted as villains. They follow the instructions not to speak about certain matters of the case. They're told not to go out and search. They're recommended by the police to not go out and search in the beginning. They're recommended to, don't jump on media all the time, constantly. And look what it got them. You know what I mean? Seth disregards it, does the opposite. He's hailed as a hero to a lot of people. It's crazy. Meanwhile, he's done everything wrong. He's released intimate details about Sebastian that are unnecessary for an investigation or to get an in-depth awareness for this kid. He's monetized almost every aspect of this whole thing, and he's searched when he's not supposed to search areas. It's a sad situation. I don't know what Queen's at. I think she's doing something or she's having some technical issues, though. I'm using my phone right now, so, I might mute in a moment or so if it is the case. So, B Tim exposed for voice changer yet? Why does he sound so different? New mic? I'm using my phone right now. I'm at an office, so. So when I'm at home, I use an actual mic with a computer, and when I'm here, I'm using a cell phone. Plus, my voice is still probably recovering from the sore throat, and it is what it is. And plus, talking probably a lot doesn't really help with the quick recovery, probably. So add that all together, and that's what you got. Let me see. Which I do not feel sick. I don't even have it's just voice recovering. Let me see. I can honestly say I don't think I could have stayed silent on TV and got about. I have now learned not to bring it to YouTube. Bringing it to YouTube depends on the content creator. You know what I mean? And it depends on everyone. If, let's say, like all the parents agree to just go on content creators that will not make it into drama-filled bullshit, I think it would have been a lot less. But unfortunately, it's usually the smallest mistakes that get to you. Like Dylan Round's case, they made a horrible mistake of inviting JT. Horrible mistake. The grandparent hired him via internet. And it was just a horrible mistake. And he just basically grabbed every opportunity to go after the parents. And there's a lot of YouTubers that will just grab onto that. And with this case, it's just the father who's invited all these individuals. And that's a problem. Let me see. Say it louder for people in the back. I am really starting to think that. Okay. That. Let me see. I'm really starting to think that the way bigger than any of us think. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I don't know. I think it's pretty fucking sketch that all this is even going on like this, and that it just so happens he fires Heather and Chloe, since Chloe is C&D, and then all of a sudden, allegedly, this Renee Brewers or whatever is supposedly his PI. Pretty fucking sketch, and they all work at the same company.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a TV thing. I think they're all into. I think this is all these people are just. I think thinking about how to make money at this point.
And that's sad that they look at Sebastian as with dollar signs, you know?
Well, I mean, think about it. Every single person involved is based upon how they're going to launch their own career, how they're going to launch their own money thing. You know what I mean? TV shows, clothing lines, shirts, fucking decals, coffee cups. I mean, it's just like, how do you market? And then they basically get pissed off that anyone else talks about this case and that has a different opinion than them. And if you have a different opinion than them, they try to silence you using court warfare, lawfare, what was it, lawfare, they call it, which, you know, basically that the art of using lawsuits to silence people because most people just don't have the means and don't want to get into that type of fight. You know what I mean? And it's done all the time. Let me see. Katie Proudfoot carried a security clearance from her military service into her now security jobs. Speaking out can cause her to lose that clearance. Listen, I think Katie is doing everything she can to help find Sebastian. And also, I think Chris is kind of like no nonsense type of guy who's like, I'm not going to entertain a drama. I want you to talk about Sebastian, but I don't really want to get involved with the bullshit. And people might not like that, how he says it. He's not sugarcoating. He's not going to sugarcoat it. And that's just how it is. Sorry about that. There were some people in the back walking. He's just not going to sugarcoat how the situation is. He's not going to be okay with people just just causing drama for fucking no reason, and it's just how it is. So I think he may have just realized last 2 weeks, hence his distance. Let me see. Queen Bee, exactly. And I thought it became sus when Sean fired the PI because they didn't always agree with him and he didn't want to vet people. Why would you not want to vet people? I don't think it's about vetting, honestly. I think it's about hit control. I think he really cares only about control at this point. And that's what I think he is. He only cares about control. And that's it. If he cared about actually bringing facts, getting professional help, he wouldn't be doing the things he was doing. He's bringing around yes men, people that will just do anything he tells them. Tony says, I do what Seth tells me to do. Okay, you're a yes man. That's pretty much it. Sad thing. Let me see. Just when I think things can't get any worse. Well, now you got a bunch of actors pretending to find a child. That's what you got. What if it's true? Right, Nina Glass had a kid by I don't know about Nina Glass. I have no clue about Nina Glass's situation. In my opinion, I don't think anybody professional will even touch Seth with a 10-foot pole. Just a thought. I don't think either. I think he's basically been a gigantic problem because he doesn't want to listen to professionals. He's more in line to just basically stay online with troll accounts and be in chats and troll people and say things and say stupid shit. And he's more in line just being a fool. That's my opinion. Do I think he has anything to do with the disappearance of his son? No. Do I think that he's used every single opportunity to promote himself and to make money from it? Yes. And that is unfortunate. And he also used opportunities to attack his ex-wife, who he's still angry about. He does not like. He blames her for being homeless. He blames her for, his life not being where it is. He's very bitter and a lone man, and he seems to still holding on to that bitterness and has not learned. Simple as that. Be right back. Give me a sec. Back. Let me see. It was floated out there. Wouldn't be. Let me see. It made a true account in Chris's name. I wonder if it's left comments. I don't know. I just know he's like definitely has a bunch of different accounts, man. I know it. I don't know every single one of them, but I know some. Sean has only allowed people around him that blame Chris and Katie. Yeah, and those are yes men. A person would be better served if he would actually work with Chris and Katie and actually combine resources and actually stop with this finger pointing bullshit because you're not cops and try to figure out ideas. I mean, SF thinks about this idea of checking out the construction area. And instead of like Hung or Nick saying, you know what, let's put our differences aside and let's work together to try to search this area. Let's cross out everything. They're too busy trolling him online. I mean, the chances are, what if he's in that construction yard? Do we know? And it's really sad that these people just don't want to work together, because if they would have worked together, they want to say, well, this is the Sebastian Army and we're just working. It's like they don't want to work. He does not want to work together. And people want to blame Chris and Katie for that. I'm like, no, the people is Seth. Unfortunately, he has not really done a service for his son, because he would have put the petty bullshit on the side and he would have put his ego on the side and he could have just focused on combining their efforts to doing the appropriate thing. Now, he might think they're guilty, but there is no evidence to point that they're guilty. And that's the sad thing. I explained, still recovering from a sore throat. And I'm using a phone. Let me see. B-Tim, Seth went on a panel with Chris' account. The creator thought it was Chris, and when the camera went on, it was Seth. So I assumed Seth took the link from the account of Chris's name. Yeah, I think so too. I think it was actually Tony, actually, in my opinion. I think they were playing games back then. Because if you look at that text that came, it's like they want to set him off. They want to get Chris angry. Because I don't know, maybe they think Chris had something to do with the disappearance, and they're hoping that he's going to get angry and he's going to confess. And it's like, I don't think that's a good plan. First off, the cops checked out where he's at. They know exactly where he's at that time. If you think that he's driving up and down the fucking highway 3.5 hour trips without the cops realizing it, then, you're out of your mind. Because what would have happened is, if he would have done that, they would have had him do a couple of more interviews, and then they would have arrested him. Lying to cops is a crime, and you can be arrested for it. And if they would have came in there and they would have built their case, and there would have been arrests coming down a lot sooner if there was lies like that. To think they're guilty is one thing. To actively destroy any narrative outside of Chris's, Katie's, is another thing altogether. Yeah, I mean, you could think people are guilty all the time. I mean, I often sit there and be like, okay, you have to have a box for guilty and not guilty in your mind. And you have to check out which is more likely than not, based upon evidence and facts. But a lot of times people just don't base their opinions on facts. They base it on a feeling, based upon misconception of information. And that's usually a problem. Let me see. Yep, they got Leilani and Letitia staunch for lying. Yeah, what they do is, if they know you're lying, they make sure to have many interviews with you, relaxed interviews, And they will sit there and they will go through the facts of the situation, and they will record every time you misstate something, every time you lie, and then they combine it together. That's when you know you're kind of in deep shit. When the cops are like, okay, can you state that again? Can you state that again? Can you come in again and state what happened again and again and again? Yeah, that's when you know you're in deep shit. That's when you know they're onto you. Because they're building a case. They want you to keep on saying the story so that they record everything you say and then check mark every time you basically lie. And then they charge you. And if it was that easy and if it was that simple of a situation where they knew he was lying, they would have arrested him long ago. Months, like probably 8 months ago. The construction site is the only thing that really makes sense to me. He snuck out, started play on the site, and hit something unfortunate. Yeah, or it could be that he's somewhere in the woods. That's an unfortunate scenario. Or he could have been lured. Either or. I just don't see the scenario where the mother just decides, okay, I'm just going to kill this kid, her son, for Chris. That makes no sense. Or she's going to overdose him with pills, and then instead of calling the ambulance, decides, let me have to dispose of the body. That makes no sense. When he says, if I were Seth, I would have been kind, even though I thought they were guilty. Instead of this whole, if I thought they were guilty, if I thought like the mother was guilty of something, I would have been friendly with them, but then just simply collecting information, being friendly. You know, at the end of the day, you know, acting aggressive to someone makes them kind of close up and not talk. I want you to talk. I want you to talk all the time, every time. I want you to, you know, give me all the stuff. You know what I mean? But by being like aggressive to someone, it clams them up. It's just like the same thing with Brenner from the Dylan Rounds case. I mean, they didn't approach him yelling at him and screaming at him. They approached him very friendly. And they said, hey, how you doing? What about that plant in your car or something like that? You know what I mean? They didn't approach him and attack him because they wanted him to talk. When he beats him, the green team yesterday was projecting at the finest. They still believe in their heads that the RICO case is Bruce Castor is on their team and the judge is about to sign it in a few weeks. Well, you know what? I mean, I sometimes fantasize about winning a lottery or investing in a stock and making millions of dollars. If they want to keep on to that dream, let them keep on to it. It's probably more likely me hitting the lottery than Bruce Castor deciding to come back on the case. Akira, interesting name, says, in my opinion, Nick has aligned himself in the past to cases where a person is accused of assaulting women. He was there to intimidate the accuser and witnesses. How old was Katie asking for a friend? Yeah, I mean, I think really Nick just jumps on cases that are have a lot of publicity because he's channel building. He wants to get famous. He tried it before with the other stuff, and he's also, in my opinion, unstable. And I understand why. Excuse me for a moment. Thank you. I understand why Granny is basically worried about this guy because this guy was known to order prostitutes on his neighbor to try to frame him. He's unstable. He is a very scary individual to live in that area with. And he is not just a simple guy who's just like no threat. Nick is a threat. Nick is a threat to people around him. And I understand why Granny is very much worried about this guy. You know? And if you look at those groups, he's calling them the Fortress and Top Secret. This guy might not be all there. That's just my opinion. I think Nick might not be all there. I think he's a little bit fucking batshit crazy. And it makes sense why he's getting along with Betty and getting along with all these other people who I think are a little batshit crazy. Unfortunately, social media has allowed a lot of individuals who are mentally, in my opinion, not all there to congregate together to basically become even a larger threat than they normally would be. Jewel, you know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. So, and unfortunately, Granny's going to have to deal with this bullshit, and Barbecue too, and anyone else that has to deal with this bullshit. I don't know what happened to Queen. I think Queen's probably dealing with some technical issues or something. So, if you got a question about that, I don't know. I totally understand. I would be worried of it if weirdo lived in my town. I would be worried about it too, honestly. I mean, this guy is clearly not right. And he's willing to do things that, in my opinion, kind of stretches things. I mean, he already went to jail for other reasons. I mean, and now you're dealing with a group of people like this. No, I would not want to be dealing with this people, ma'am. No, I don't think Nick's behavior shouts rehabilitation, to be honest with you. I think he's basically doing a lot of the same behavior that got him in trouble beforehand, to be honest with you. And it's sad that he's using the court system to harass people. Because this is a harassment. Doing injunctions on people for no fucking reason is harassment. That filing was ridiculous. Him claiming that all these people are residents in Pennsylvania is clearly a lie. They don't reside in Pennsylvania. The damages they claim have occurred in Tennessee, not in Pennsylvania. Hong has no damages. No one ever fucking gave two shits about that guy until he went batshit crazy on Twitter, defaming almost every single living person in the world. And honestly, it's just a crazy scenario, and they're using the court system. And unfortunately, I feel like Joe Lasniak is a very I don't want to use unscrupulous because Betty kills that word by constantly using it. But I feel like what he's doing is, in my opinion, immoral. Let's just say immoral, just so I keep myself, which is an opinion, where he's knowingly putting this bullshit together because he can. He's doing lawfare or something like that. Using the law system to basically go after people. And Nick, the Rekieta Law did the same thing. Rekieta Law was threatening, Destiny. Destiny was threatening to sue the forums, the Kiwi forums. And Josh was like, you know what? If you sue us, I'll raise another $150,000 to defend the case. And then I'll sue you. And then I'm going to dry drip every single bit of discovery so we just get content forever and ever on your court case, he said to Destiny. Because Destiny is currently a left-wing political streamer. And he's got a lot of bad takes, a very, very bad takes, like real piece of shit takes. And what happened is to impress women and men, he would send recordings of him engaging into actions with other adults, sometimes unknowingly recording them, let's just say. And it's got leaked out. And now he's being sued by another woman who says that she was secretly recorded. He thought he could intimidate, the farms, and he said, no, we'll just raise the money and we'll fucking fight you in court, and we'll dry drip the discovery. But that's just an example of someone just deciding to fucking sue people for no goddamn reason. Because, let me see. Destiny, I don't know if he's cooked. I mean, the guy said some outrageous things. I mean, he was actually, the worst thing I've ever heard from that guy was that he was like saying F the fireman that was shot at the Trump rally. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and he actually said that. I was like sitting there, I was like, oh my God, are you that brain dead politically brain dead that you don't just acknowledge that that man was a good guy that died. I mean, all those people that got hurt there. I mean, it was just, he's a fucked up man. He's an evil person for saying that, man. So, yeah, but he's fucked. Scary to think about he's aligned himself with, we don't know if each other is right. These people wouldn't have easily found each other without the internet. Yeah, it's true. It's like you got Betty, you got Nick, you got Hung, you got Julie. I mean, in my opinion, that is like literally a group of mentally unwell individuals. Brittany, I don't think she is mentally. I think she's not crazy. I think she's a grifter, and she knows that being sympathetic gets you money. Tony, I don't think he's mentally unwell. I think he's just a grifter as well, and that's just my opinion. Let me see. I think I missed it about someone. Let me see. Did a great job. I remember, and you always did a great job with the younger ones. I'm trying to remember what. Unfortunately, the worst thing about the internet, it allows small groups of unstable individuals to radicalize. Yeah, it does. It's echo chambers. The algorithm helps it. I think when she originally had her channel, Breaking on Chain or something like that. It used to be Checkmate and Bandy, and she used to talk about how YouTube's algorithm basically radicalizes people. Because let's say you watch one video on, let's say, minor right-wing stuff, right? Suddenly their algorithm recommends more and more of those channels, and suddenly you are just put into your own world of content based upon your own point of view because you want a confirmation bias. And that's what that's what she was talking about a lot of times, one of the times on our channel. And that's what happens with a lot of people. Like, people that watch Lana from Truth and Transparency, it will recommend content just like that to those people, and they'll never break out of their echo chamber. And the same thing with Brittany J, and the same thing with other people. And that's why they get really mad about these channels like Queen B or Kathy P or other channels, or JP or what, or other channels like that, is because it breaks through that echo chamber. It punches right through there and puts and shows them the reality of what's really happening. And they don't like that. They do not like that because the people do not like to having that information being shown. Queen shown the love with Tony dry begging for Nina's truck was a red flag. They sought Seth out and used Sebastian's case to get money right at the start. Yeah, man. And that woman was not supposed to be around kids, I think, for 10 years because she accidentally shot through a wall and almost shot someone. Fucking weird. I think it was an argument with a boyfriend or something, her daughter's boyfriend or something. I don't know. But there was a court case we showed. It was weird. Like 10 years. I don't know why we're not playing any clips. Just talking. So if I'm just talking to the chat, I'm just talking to the chat. I don't know if there's some technical issues with Queen. She said she's had some StreamYard issues just now, and it could be that, or she's dealing with something else. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just reading the chat and talking to it. So and I don't think the link's posted, so no one's up here. So just talk to you guys now. We see both are using each other for their own reasons, whether grifting or mental. Yeah, probably. I spoke to a well-seasoned officer today on the native reserves, and I told him about this case, and he said it's a parent. Well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I think that it's very weird, and I don't know. I think most likely Sebastian walked out, and I don't think Seth did anything, and I don't think Chris and Katie did anything. But I could be proven wrong in the future. I've been wrong I've been wrong. There's no doubt about it. I've been wrong about cases, and I've been wrong about things in my opinion on things. Sometimes I've been right, sometimes I've been wrong. So I don't know. The time will tell. Do Karen Reed? I'm not talking Karen Reed. Sorry. But we will see. We will see. I've been, let me see. Bad actors attaching themselves to court cases become an industry. Ellie needs to. Well, unfortunately, it's really social media. It's really social media. It's a lot of people that are kind of thinking that they're smarter than what they are, and you're seeing it. You know what I mean? They think they know about a case. They think they know how law. They think cases should be solved like this, and they don't realize that cases take time. Sometimes years and years and years to basically do arrests and then trials and then convictions. Don't you think he'd run away at Seth? He's worked all nights. I don't know. Do I think he would run away at Seth's? I don't know. I don't know if it was an intentional runaway. I don't know if he just wanted to go out and just do stuff outside. I don't know if he was lured out and he thought he would be back. I just don't know. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I can honestly say, like, you know, I don't know. I just think to myself, what is less likely? Katie, you know, a person. When I look at Katie, I say to myself, this is a woman that sacrificed most of her life to take care of her son. Joining the military, making sure he's well taken care of, making sure that he has a warm place, you know, a nice house, making sure that she's doing almost everything she can to help him. And then to suddenly think that she's suddenly going to snap like that and start, you know, planning the murder of her kid. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? That's not like a good motive apparatus. That's like not a motive. And this whole idea, like, you know, just because Chris says it to do something, she's going to murder her kid. That makes no sense. And why would Chris be like, murder your kid? Like, you think he's afraid of divorces? He's had a couple. If he had a problem with Katie and Sebastian, he could have been like, deuces, and walked away. I mean, Queen, are you
Yeah,
there,
hold
by the
on.
way?
Delicate Titanium says, why do you keep accusing Sebastian of peeping at Rana? It's weird and unkind. Why is she saying that?
Rana. I don't see Rana. I'm kind of like on my phone, so I don't know. I've never seen Rana's comment. Okay, so I'm reading it now. Sebastian may have been doing some late night peeping and got caught by Robert. No, that's not a good thing. I don't think there's any evidence of that at all. He could have been just going out and hanging out and having fun outside. Who knows? I mean, maybe he went to the construction yard to see about, you know, the construction stuff going on there. Maybe he went by the lake. Maybe he went in the woods. I don't know. Maybe someone lured him through PlayStation games and said, hey, I got a cat. I got a dog. Would you like to see my new dog outside? He goes outside. They snatch him. I don't know. I mean, I think that's more likely than the mother deciding to murder her kid that she's basically sacrificed her entire life for to take care of. Or Chris risking 25 years in jail where he can just simply say divorce when he's had like 5 already. I mean, realistically. I find it odd Seth brought new boots. Neighborhood Kids was out the night Sebastian went missing. Yeah, but you know what? I don't really want to talk too much about the Neighborhood Kids because I don't want to like potentially accuse because then you go into the thought process that you kind of have to think of the kids as suspect, and I don't think it's a good route to go to start thinking about kids as suspects based upon no facts. You know what I mean? And you can, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put, you know, that out there unless I got more proof. You know, some speculation's good, but some speculation can lead to very, very bad, awkward situations. You know, and that would be an awkward situation, in my opinion. to maybe consider kids as suspects, without any proof. So that's why I haven't really talked about the kids in the neighborhood thing. I don't want to be in that position until the actual facts come in from the police. I'm not going to consider that yet, so I don't know. That is what we know, but we don't say. Okay. It was also talked about that Chris X Nina's lives in a native reserves. That's concerning with the rumor. You know what? I mean, like, listen, I don't think they would be okay. I mean, like, I don't know why people think that you can just hide people in native reserves. In my understanding of like looking into like, watching a lot of documentaries on Native American reserves, they're a pretty close knit community, and they would pretty much know if someone was brought in, and they would immediately fucking arrest you if they saw you kidnapping a kid. No doubt in my mind that it would be like you'd have a better chance of hiding a kid in a city, a large city, than a reserve, because in my opinion, it's a close knit community of people, and you're not going to get away with that type of shenanigans there. That's just my opinion. They're going to figure you out, and they're going to have the local, whatever law enforcement there come in, and you're going to get arrested. Because they all have access to the internet, too. Happy Tim and SF even said, don't focus on that. He's only mentioned them because he just would like to see if they saw anything, nothing more. Yeah, and I think the sad thing is, I think what affected the actual search early on in this case and actually been a negative influence was how much the media kind of jumped into it. Seeing people running around and holding a vigil literally the next day or whatever, when they're told not to do that because it can affect heat seeking, seeing if they can see if his heat signatures in the forest, to me, could have affected things. And I think that might be a reason why we don't have the location of Sebastian if he's in the woods or in the construction yard, because of the shit show early on with a lot of people in that area. And I think Bobby Binoculars has a little bit to do with that, because she was playing games, and I think she could have hurt the actual search. That's just my opinion. Do I think Bobby Binoculars has anything to do with the disappearance? No. But do I think Bobby Binoculars played a lot of games that could have affected the search? Yeah. Not intentionally, but just being a fucking idiot. Unfortunately, there's people that do that, and they're just stupid, and they do actually affect the search. And I think Bobby Binoculars affected that search with other people in a negative way. Yeah.
I'm driving, so it sounds really loud. That's why the wind sounds really loud. That's why I'm on mute. So
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I got it. It's fine. I can keep on talking. So one thing I'm good at. You're supposed to laugh, but okay. I guess that wasn't funny.
Oh, I am. Like I said, I'm on mute though. I just didn't want to be loud. Does it sound bad? Is it loud?
A little bit background, but it's fine. Focus on the road. How when
I
you
was
get.
gonna say, I just didn't want to be rude. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of listening. I hate the chat. I mean, I do think it is kind of crazy that the whole Heather and Renee thing. I do think that.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty fucking wild to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I think people need to stop with the reservation theory, to be honest with you. I think like you would have an easier time hiding a kid in a big city like New York or.
Yeah, you know what though? That's a bunch of bullshit. I think, in my opinion, it's not like people just say, "Oh, let's go to the Indian reservation to hide our children." Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, here we welcome you in to break the law and hide your child here." You get the fuck out of here. No.
And it's like. And I can imagine, like, based upon documentaries I've seen of like reservations, they're pretty close knit communities. I mean, like they know each other.
Exactly.
And if they see like someone like Seth with like mysteriously having a kid with them, you don't think any of them going to pull up the internet and say, "Wait a minute, isn't that Sebastian?" and then they arrest his ass. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. And I think it's just one of those rumors that was started by Seth in that group, and I just don't think it. I don't think that. Yeah, please just stop with the stereotypes about Native people. Yeah. I think if you were to hide a kid, you would be better off hiding him in a large city like New York City or California or in the state of California or something like that, because people just don't pay attention. You're hiding in a large crowd. No one cares. You know what I mean? Just how it is. The smaller the community, the easier it's. Beats him as a good friend. No problem, JR. I believe a scooter. My wife and a half now. How she was picked on relatively on a res for. Oh well, I hope that's not good. Let me see. Those res dogs.
I do gotta say this. I do think Dolly was really foul as hell for what he did yesterday.
I haven't watched him, so I don't even know.
Well, you don't even have to watch it. It's just clickbait. Talking about Sebastian's dad has been arrested. He's talking about Juan Sebastian, who was found, not Sebastian Rogers, but he's not clear about it. So of course people are like, "What?"
What? Yeah, he's clickbaiting, but he's always does that shit, man.
Right.
Whenever his views go down, he does that a lot. He does that a lot, man. And that's like the really negative thing about Dolly. Because the sad thing is, like, Dolly could be funny, and I think Dolly knows a lot about true crime cases. But he always goes back to the old days of when he was like a piece of shit. And it's like, bro, you don't need to be a piece of shit anymore. You could just be funny and maybe talk about true crime, and you will make money. You don't need to do these bullshit, GoFundMe bullshit shenanigans and this whole bullshit where you're clickbaiting people. Just fucking stop. Like, really, you don't need to do that. Your channel has almost 60,000 people. You get a good sized number of people. Stop. Like, you need to not do that. I mean, we're being stupid. Very stupid. Like, you're really selling your integrity short. You know what I mean? Just, I mean, he doesn't really have that much integrity, but I'm just saying, it's like, well, you know what I mean? I'm saying, like, for new people on there, you're building your channel. There's a lot of new people, and they see that, and they say, what the fuck is this? And that's what happens, man. It's, like, very stupid. He can't help himself. Dolly is a piece of shit. Well, yeah, maybe. He said that it was a rumor that the stepfather caused it was said in Facebook group, allegedly. Well, that's everything on Facebook is true, especially about the aliens and fucking, Bigfoot riding a Jeep or something like that. It's all true on Facebook. It's not filled with a bunch of people that spread conspiracy theories and whack job shit. With Nick in his chat, not credible. Nick is attempting to basically grab every content creator on here to come towards him because he wants to build his channel and make a bunch of money. And that's the truth. I feel like many haven't about all the tragedy pimping things he's done. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, in the end of the day, everything he's done in the past, pretty fucking shitty. And, you know what I mean? But it's like, I think a lot of people know, but I'm sure new people don't. But I think, like, with people like Dolly, he can't stop himself from doing the same shit that he got in trouble for. So sometimes it's not even necessary to talk about Dolly. It's like he does the clickbait stuff. Well, I didn't have to say anything. I'm sure his audience were pissed off about that. Sometimes, people don't change. I mean, he's not, he's still talking about. I mean, I remember a pretty shocking situation. I was in the Snore Lounge's chat, and I was donating, and I was mostly donating for that charity, and also I was like, and I asked Hong, I was like, "Are you going to donate money for this thing?" And Dolly stated, like, "Oh, well, I use all my money to find children." I'm like, "Sir, you haven't found a child ever. And mostly you just LARP. I don't know what you've done to look for kids. Most of it's just show. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, it's kind of a weird thing to say. Well, I mean, like, I hope. I mean, like, that's, yeah, he had a heart attack, and, that's a terrifying thing to go through, and I feel bad for him and his family. But sometimes people don't change because of that. They just, might reevaluate things, but maybe it's reevaluate his cholesterol a little bit and focus on health a little bit. That'll be good. We want Dolly to live for a long time, hopefully up to 80, maybe 90, who knows. And I don't wish, because he has a lot of family around him that care about him, so, let me see. The only thing I want to see from Dolly is his deposition in creepy states. He's not doing a deposition. He'll never show up. He'll never show up. I think he wants to stay the fuck away. I think he wants to stay the fuck away from that. And actually, it would be up to Betty also to depose him. Betty would have to get him over as well, because that would be her witness too. But either way, he doesn't want to do that. He probably won't, but we will see. Are Dolly and Cyrex brothers? No. I'm Monkey Mar. Matt Monkey Mar. Let me see. Hi, Cheesy. But by the way, the niece was killed by a reservation. Let me see. Yep, Dolly's a showman, and his titles of his lives are clickbait. They're all clickbait. He's been doing clickbait for years. Getting mad at Dolly for doing clickbait is like me getting mad at, like, Betty at tag stuffing. It's like, he's been doing that for so long. It's like, yeah, we know. Like, Dolly clickbaiting. That's not going to make live. We all knew that he was clickbaiting. He's been doing that for years, man. It's just simple as that. Does he have an option of not showing up? He would be considered a non-party witness, so he can ignore the subpoenas. It wouldn't be good. I don't know what the court ratification, like what the courts will do, but usually it would just exclude him, or eventually it would be bad for Betty. Actually, be real bad for Betty. Actually, if he didn't show up, because it would be bad. It wouldn't be bad for Queen. It would be bad for Betty. Or he can submit an affidavit or whatnot. I don't know. Either or. See what happens. Let me see. Probably what caused the heart. No, I mean, no. I think it's just, you know what I mean? The guy sounded like he had a rough early life, like partying like a lot. I heard he was like, I seen like a video, he was like in a band. He probably partied pretty hard, young Dolly. And that stuff catches up to you. And he's almost what? He's got to be in his 50s, 50 something. So, life catches up to you sometimes, Hopefully he's taking care of himself and eating right, and he'll live till 80. Even though I don't like what he does on this platform, you do hope people, live long. I'm still trying to get used to the house being completely silent without JoJo here. But I continue to try to be as strong for Maria. Thanks. Oh, okay. Guess you were talking to Pecan. By the way, since we're sidebarring, because I don't know if Queen's driving, she's driving a car, she's driving all over town. That was pretty crazy with that whole Shannon stuff. Holy shit. That was interesting. I knew about that whole rumor about the not calling once when she was sick, but geez. That was messed up. That's pretty messed up to do to a friend. He had just turned 50 days before the heart attack. Yeah, He lived a pretty interesting life, let's just say, Dolly, early days. But yeah, definitely shows you on this platform that, you know, people, there's a lot of snakes in this fucking platform. They pretend to be your friends, and then in your time of need, bail on you. And that's what you see a lot of times on this platform when it comes to, you know, Shannon's story is not a new story, unfortunately. Let me see. They're always sweet, nice. Narcissists to tell them, see what is reaction. Yeah. And it's funny that she didn't donate the merchandise to these people. They shared her channel out. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of fucked up. You know? That's really fucked up. But I'm sure there's, you know, I was talking to people earlier, and they said maybe there's two sides to the story. So maybe Savage has a side of her story if he wants to tell. But pretty snakish behavior not to contact someone if they're sick in the hospital like that and they're about to die. Let me see.
Yes, I'm driving. And yes, B. Tim is a good friend to me. I will tell you that he is a very good friend. Something most people on this fucking platform don't know shit about.
Yes, sir, he did. But don't worry. She traded her friend Shannon to be on a show called Mafia Milkers.
Hell no. That she already left or got fired from. Either she left or got fired.
Well, I
One or
heard
the
from,
other.
I mean, I heard from Tina, like, apparently that, like, on that show, she was like, apparently she was lying to Keemstar, stating that she has, like, she can't talk to Bombshell because of a court case. I'm like, what?
Yeah, bullshit.
Bro.
She just don't want Keemstar to hear all the nasty shit she said and done.
Well, the thing is, this is what I don't think people realize about Keemstar. Keemstar doesn't mind a shit show as long as the shit show's on a monetized channel that he owns. So he'd probably be more than happy to see that shit show happen.
Well, that's why he wanted Bombshell and Savage to do it on live.
Yeah, he does not mind a shit show. I remember he once yelled at Boogie for.
She said, no, I can't do it because we have a court order. No, y'all don't.
Nope.
And I recall she said that she went to court for Angelo. She went up and testified and did what she had to do or whatever the fuck she said.
Yeah, that was a lie.
So she lied about that too.
Yeah, no, Keem got mad at Boogie once because Boogie would not actually, like, he wasn't mad at Boogie for lying about, like, all these things. He was mad at Boogie because he did it on Review Tech's live stream, and that Review Tech was getting money. And he was like, what the hell are you doing? We want the money. Like, we want you to break down on this channel so we get the super chats. That's what he is. Like, he does not mind confrontation. He will script the confrontation if it will get views. Like that whole thing with Yo Mama and Glammy, I guarantee you that was scripted. That shit was scripted. He was like, okay, we're going to have to bring Yo Mama in here because Glammy is fucking boring the whole chat to death, and no one knows what the hell this woman is talking about. And no one knows, in this chat knows who Glammy is, but she's just like this 47-year-old woman who wears Ninja Turtle outfits. And she's trying to be a mafia woman. And it's like, it's not working, man. And she doesn't know how to end a stream. She had to have Keem teach her how to end a stream after her 7th episode. Glammy is horrible. Glammy is terrible. Terrible. Psycho Mom, why is she a mute? I don't know. Psycho Mom is literally, you would think that she'd be like crazy, but she is the most calm person you see. Just literally, she's about to fall asleep. It's a terrible dynamic. It's terrible. Terrible. It's just very weird over there. I think Keem is very disappointed. I think the only show he's really happy about is Bell Cow Review and his main show. I think that, and that's pretty much it. They're all disasters. Every single one of them are disasters. I think Tina D, let me see, maybe in the hospital, but it's okay. You can fluids and stuff. Yeah, she has like one leg, and I remember she hurt herself doing jumping jacks, which, well, it's tough, man. It's tough. I can tell P. Tim is a real friend to Queen the day P. Tim went on panel and asked him to think about something before she reacts. That shut up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just don't want people to get herself in trouble. You see, Rewind and Ozzy are good. I haven't seen Ozzy actually. What is that? That Australian one? Probably because it's on late at night or some shit. Sticky. But yeah, he does not like the yeah. Mafia Milkers is definitely the black sheep of the fucking whole thing. Like, they don't know what they are. It's like, guys, you are a drama channel. You are supposed to start shit and fight with each other. But the problem is, it's just a bunch of 50-year-old grandmothers screaming over each other in nonsensical squawking. I can't understand what the fuck they're saying. I immediately tune out. And when they and it's like the two extremes, either the most silent people ever, calm and collective, just silent, not talking about jack and shit, and it's boring, or they're screaming over each other. And then they bring in this woman called Wonder Woman, and she's like, I'm a Kiwi. I'm like, what the fuck? A Kiwi? Isn't it like a midget bird? How is that like, wouldn't you call yourself like a Tasmanian devil or a fucking ostrich or whatever, something that can beat up people, but you're calling yourself a Kiwi, which is some sort of midget bird? I don't know.
Hold on, I got a quick question. Did you see Rakeda? Did I send you that screenshot? Rakeda was on the front page of Google.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he took a plea.
Rakeda Law takes a plea agreement. I was like, oh, fuck. How embarrassing.
Yeah, but you know what? He took that plea because the plea says that they will drop the charges against his girlfriend and his wife. And
the plea agreement says that if he doesn't do anything wrong within a certain amount of time, they'll drop the charges altogether off his record like it never happened.
Yeah, man, they gave him. Honestly, I think
he got a sweet ass deal. Shit.
Yeah, but you know, in my opinion, I think the system has failed those kids because those kids,
the kids and him are two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, but you know what I mean. That system failed. That man, those kids had cocaine, man. That had cocaine in their system, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't fail. I'm just saying, like him, him going to jail and his punishment, and you know what I'm saying, is way different than.
Yeah, I get it. Southernish donated 5 memberships, by the way.
Oh, sorry, baby. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Southernish donated 5 memberships, by the way, Queen.
Go Southern-ish. Okay, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. I appreciate you. Listen, Seeker, thank you so much for giving 10 memberships as well. I missed you this morning. I didn't see it while we were taking off.
Yeah. Yeah, but he got a sweetheart deal, man. I mean, like, I'm actually kind of shocked they gave, because they had him dead to rights. They had him dead to rights. He was done for. They had him on film. They had him admitting to the crime on the live stream. They even had the drugs. They had the guns. They had the kids with the drugs. I'm sitting here, man, this guy got this is ridiculous. That's crazy to me that they had him dead to rights. There's no reason to take a plea at that point. I don't know what he did. I don't know. He made a deal with Mephistopheles or something to get out of this predicament. Because no way none of us would have gotten a deal like that. If that happened to any Joe Schmo around here. Hell to the hell no.
Well, it's a lot easier to do it that route than it is to fight him and waste time for the next 20 months or 2 years or whatever,
Bro, he lost every motion. They had him dead to rights. By the way, you got another 5 memberships from Southernish. Thank you, Southernish.
Southernish gifted 5 more?
Yes.
Or from before?
No, she gifted 5 more.
Oh shit! Go ahead, Southern-ish. Drop it like it's hot, shaking the bushes. Listen, somebody shook Shady out of the motherfucking bushes.
She's always in there, but you know what?
I said, oh fuck, that bitch is always lurking around somewhere. Like the
Well,
little gremlin she is.
I'm sure she's really happy finding out about how fucking Savage left Shannon to die. Like, just left her for dead. Like, a really great
Oh,
friend.
Shady will be okay with it. It's okay. She's all good with that kind of stuff. It's all
She's
good.
good with snakes. She's good with snakes and scorpions.
She said, slither on over, little bitch.
I can't drop the I can't drop the link. I'm on my phone, cheesy.
I know
so.
I am too. That's why I was having a hard time. That's why I didn't drop it in the chat, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to fuck around with it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to be able to.
Yeah. And I'm
Like,
gonna
you
be
know what I'm saying? If somebody falls off panel, they're going to be off panel. Like, I can't drive and tinker with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and I might need to go for in an hour because I have to do something at 3, but maybe earlier than that. But
Well, yeah, I was
we'll
just
see.
saying, we can shut this down or whatever and pop back on later or something, you know?
Oh, it's up to you, man. I mean, I'm gonna be on for only maybe 45 minutes max because I have to do something at 3.
Here, I'll drop this for Cheesy to come up and visit for a minute, and then we'll close her out or something, you know? Fuck, I don't even know how to. Let me see here.
Let me see.
Let me see here, Cheesy. Driving down the street, Weezy.
Yes, but isn't it a cruel
Driving on the
criminal?
E-way, baby.
Yeah, no, but he literally Rekida's a real piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit. Like a real piece of shit. Like he is a piece of shit.
Yeah, you know what though? Listen, he has like, what? Man, I can't even say it. It was like 15 in his goddamn chat. He was live on Rumble and all them with
You're breaking up in and out.
Oh,
Let me see.
hold on, I'll be back.
Okay. Kiwi is what North or Zoolanders refer to themselves as. Oh, I was like, why is she referred to? Like, I was thinking that you refer to yourself as a vicious creature, but in Kiwis, like a midget bird. I don't know. It's fucking weird. See, yep, she's in a tunnel. She's running away. Let me see. Rakita sucks. Yeah, Rakita's a terrible person. He was more than happy messing with people's lives, and he's defamed people. He's just a horrible person. And you know what? He was given everything with a silver spoon. His grandparents were like insanely rich people, and he was left to trust. And he was given a silver spoon, and what he did with it, he fucked it. He completely destroyed it. He's screwed over his kids. Disgusting, and he's just a very nasty person. And I don't think he's learned his lesson. I think when you're like you give a person like this a tap on the like this, where you don't give him real sentence, to me, he's probably going to break the law again. He's probably going to do something stupider now. He's a nasty person, man. I don't like Rakita. You know, and this is who is Shady? She's a loser that is okay with real lifing people and fucking with people in real life and doxers. Wait until you see the Where's Waldo looking ass video that Bepster claims CP and KP carrying out Sebastian. If it wasn't so well, she's gonna make up shit because she knows she's going to jail. That's why she's delaying this as much as possible. She is delaying this as much as possible, and that's the truth. Oh, by the way, Tia Marie gifted a membership. Thank you. I'll tell Queen when she gets back. Tia Maria. Tia Maria, I think it is 77. Anyway, shaking them bushes. Absolutely. He got the woman pregnant on his vacation and said his wife knew about it and paid for the lady from Jamaica to get. Oh my God. Ended up a scam. Lady wasn't pregnant, but deserved it, in my opinion. Well, I mean, like, the guy's in, how should I say this? Group Xing parties constantly. He's doing, all this stuff. And the problem is that he claims to be like this Christian father figure, this nice guy, and what he's doing is very fucked up things, in my opinion, and I think majority of people's opinions. And I think he truly neglected his children, because if they have cocaine in their, and he didn't learn. He says that most children have cocaine in their system. That was his take. I think it was like, I think he said like 9 out of 10 children have cocaine in their system. I was like, or some ridiculous percentage, or 6 in 10, I think it was. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, are you out of your mind? That's when I know he has not learned his lesson. Makeda is a piece of shit. And that's why, like, a guy like that needs to be hit hard once so he learns his lesson. He's not going to learn his lesson. So he'll believe that everyone else is, at fault but himself. He has not hit rock bottom yet. Okay, he was arguing about that. He was like, well, 6 in 10 kids have cocaine in their system or something. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? He has an extremely gross, dark, dare I say, evil streak in him. I've seen it years ago before he was even super big. Yeah, he is. He does not mind seeing people get fucked with on the internet. 100%. He was actually cool with Turtle Boy too. Shocker, right? Shocker. Shocker, right? Makeda cool with Turtle Boy? Okay. He actually did the first interview of him with the Karen Reed case. Yeah. Don't let your kids play with money. It's all tainted. Oh, well. That's going to be his defense, the money defense. How the fuck does he come up with that statistic? Well, it's because he doesn't want to admit that he was a horrible father. Okay? And I'm going to plainly say this. He was a horrible father who basically neglected his children so that he can follow his heathenistic desires. That's what happened. And that's the truth. He neglected his kids where they were hungry, and they had to beg for food from a local church, and that their clothes were dirty, and they were unclean, and their house is unkept, and he's too busy in orgies and doing drugs. He was a horrible father, just simple as that, and he has not learned his lesson. Well, you have your covered narcissist, and then you have the regular narcissist. Yes, maybe a local supplier. I don't know. Time for me to go to sleep. Well, you have a good one, Seeker. Have a good sleep. And I think Queen dropped the StreamYard link, Cheesy Weezy. And Cheesy's in the back. Cheesy's in the back. Cheesy's in the back.
Cheesy F. Weezy, you should be up here.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, Cheesy.
It was no big deal to send me the link. I just was coming up to help if you needed it.
Oh, it's all, like I said, it's all good. It was chitter chatting. I just, I put it in the chat. I mean, I dropped it in the chat because we're pulling up, but we're already here, so I got time to chit chat for a few minutes. Then I'll probably just, like I said, shut it down or whatever. It's,
I can't believe
chit chat anyways, but it's loud. The wind is loud. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to bust out people's eardrums with that loud ass shit.
Right. I didn't think it was that loud, but I'm not wearing headphones, so.
Yeah, it's not really loud to me, and it never really has been, but other people have said it's been, really loud, so. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I didn't hear that. I don't have headphones, you know what I mean? So it don't bother me, but.
I think those statistics are a wee bit wrong, Tim, that he said.
Yeah, those statistics are pretty wrong.
Maybe of addicts, maybe, but not just kids
Well,
in
he
general.
said that in a debate with not a debate, a discussion with some loser that was on Dr. Phil like 15 years ago.
That's just dumb.
So, I mean, what did you think of the Shannon stuff, by the way? I heard your opinion yesterday a little bit.
Well, I felt bad for Shannon. I mean, to think that you're friends with somebody, I mean, they've been friends for quite a few years. And I mean, they went on vacation. It wasn't just not that online friends aren't as important, but because I have quite a few online friends who are just as important as my regular life friends. And for them to treat her like that, that's just horseshit.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I mean, I've been barely hanging out with you guys for what, a year now, maybe. And you guys were wondering how I was doing in the hospital and stuff. And, you know, but those people who actually vacationed with her, she knows their whole family, everything, you know, they couldn't even
Yeah, but you know what?
text.
I think it's just like you meet people that are only interested in what you can do for them. And I think,
Right.
I think
Exactly.
I think in the end of the day, I think they would probably, I don't know, they weren't as friendly towards the end, and it showed by them not caring about that. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on that one.
Right. Well, I remember, I don't know how long it was before that. Excuse me, I was taking a drink. How long it was before that, but before the end. But I remember Shannon just saying, "I'm tired of listening to Betty. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be up here when you're doing Betty. I'll be up here for everything else." She said it right on the live.
Yeah. Charlie Ann donated a membership. Thank you. Which is kind of cool avatar, by the way. Yeah, I think she just wanted to do. She wants to do her own stuff that's interesting. She wants to do. She finds that content boring to her. You know what I mean? Or she wanted to do sketches. She wanted to have fun.
Well, I mean, they were doing Drama Community years ago. Shannon was just in it as deep as everybody else, but
oh, absolutely. But you know
they've
what? Sometimes you
changed.
get bored with that.
You get older and you get, you don't want to deal with that shit anymore.
Yeah, and you get bored with the content. You want to move on to something else. That's what I think happened. I think she got bored with the content, and she's like, "Fuck this! I'm done with this content. I don't want to deal with this anymore." And people were like, "Oh, but at the end of the day, Savage wants to, she's not doing it to save the babies. She's doing it to make the money, and that's what it is. It's simple." Which, by the way, if you want to make money, it doesn't make you a villain. But don't pretend that you're like the fucking Mother Teresa around here, and you don't want to make money. I mean, at the end of the day, and this is the truth, everyone's interested in views. Everyone's interested in views. Every single person on this platform is interested in views. Not one person is not interested in views. Not everyone's interested in money. That's true. Some people do it just like me. I jump on here. But I'm sure a lot of people are interested in every single person on this platform wants a lot of views. Even the person that's just a cooking channel wants a lot of views. A person that does donations wants a lot of views. You know what I mean? People need to be honest.
Hold on one second. Tia Marie, thank you for gifting a membership. And Charlie Ann, I appreciate you gifting a membership as well.
I'll be right back. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Oh, I said I appreciate you. I'm sorry, Tia Marie. I appreciate you sending that gift to that membership. And Charlie Ann, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, girl. Jen Rebel, I just seen yours too as well, and it says, what is their end game? I'm not really sure. What is the payout that smears and frame? What is the payout to smear and frame CP and KP? All this makes Seth look guilty as shit, and yeah, I said it out loud, allegedly, in my opinion. Well, Bama G, congratulations on your golden beat, love. That's awesome. I'm glad you got it. Anyhow, though, I gotta get in here, so I am going to cut this off, and I will catch back up with you guys later.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks for coming up, baby. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yep. Bye, B-Town.
Bye, B-Thug. I think he already bounced. Oh, no, he didn't. He's still here. We'll see you later, B-Thug. Thank you for holding it down for me. I appreciate that, babe. Thank you. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, everybody. I'll see you guys in a little bit.